hey, this is a good sign for me that I'm recording this, doing me, even before looking at the new Carrie video this morning, which is huge because, she always came first and pretty much, now it's alongside of me too, so that's big. The other thing I wanted to quick mention was, before I say what I want to say, is a long time ago when I started first reading, they call them the classical authors. Mostly they lived in, England and Russia and stuff, but I guess there was some in American too. Anyway, one of the scenes that always stood out to me that I've replayed a lot of times in my mind that I love so much is, I can't remember anything else about it except for the fact that there were two older men that lived together. They weren't gay, I don't think. I don't know, who cares? But it wasn't about that. It was about the fact that they lived together, and for a long time, maybe life, I don't know. And every night, apparently, they would sit in front of the fire and literally have deep fireside chats about life. And that's what I feel like these are. Fireside chats about life between friends. And it feels good. It feels like that's coming to life now. But anyway, what I was going to talk about real quick was the good old aloneness thing. There's a lot of headway I'm making with it. That's why I want to say something else about it. Headway meaning that loneliness aspect is transformed into, I'm cool with this the way it is. I really am. I'm sure I'll have bumps still in the road, I would imagine, but the main thing, which I'll get to next, is one thing, but this feeling has been coming on gradually for a long time. I don't know how to put this into words at all. Well, it's basically a contentment. You know what people always say, and what Carrie always says about loving yourself and that being enough. And in a way, it's not quite enough, but in the biggest way, it really is. I've preferred my own company for quite a while. But here lately, even more. But, the thought for a long time now has been, I really can't see myself with someone else in human form to share with, for many reasons. that I'm not going to go into, but the fact remains, I just can't see it. Doesn't make sense. It'd be fine if it did, but I really don't see it, and that's okay, because here's what I've been doing lately, and I, about a month or two after, well, actually it's been more longer than that, but a while after I'd been doing this, I saw an older twin flame video of Carrie's, and where she mentioned she did the same thing prior to meeting her husband. And it's true. It's not like a writing off. It's not like a, oh, you know, it just won't happen because I've written off men, you know, that kind of thing. But not at all. But it's just a feeling of, I really don't see it happening until after ascension, and that's okay. And so in the meantime, what I've been doing is just imagining that person, whoever they may be, more than likely after ascension, and having that relationship that way. I mean, after all, it makes such sense, because the only relationship I've ever really had has been ethereal, spiritual. You know, for decades, that was it. That was it. There was, I mean, I took care of my great nieces. First my nieces and then my great nieces, but, you know. And then after they left my life, I got so lonely that I also mistranslated what I was getting into. However, I mean, you know, blessings in disguise. After I got married, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all, but it really helped me grow myself. I always talked about, you know, being grateful for strengthening my inner peace muscle. That wasn't what he wanted to hear, but, you know, that's the way it was. Anyway, so, and that's what relationships, all of them really have been about, is me strengthening my inner peace, my inner, gosh, I didn't even realize it so much until recently, but my inner self-love. It wasn't just about letting go of my inner struggle. It's also now, since Carrie, you know, been more clear that it's about loving me. I really do. More than anybody else, you know, I do. And it feels great because I don't have that codependency thing going on. I hated that. Ugh, what a slave. I hated that, being a slave like that. And it's like, now that I'm tasting my first taste of real freedom, I don't want to give that up. You know, I risk giving that up, rather. So that's a wonderful, sweet place to be. That's all I had. Oh, was there something? No, I think that was it. Yeah, I already talked about what I was gonna say. So, Sayonara for now.